Hi camera, I just realized that I haven't made a video yet and it's 10, so I'm going to do that now because I really don't feel like having to sing on this channel again. Okay, I'm not going to edit this, so how long can I keep talking? Probably about until the end of this sentence. Whew! So, I've decided that today's recurring theme, can days have recurring themes? I think they can. If books can, and books are stories, and days are like one-day stories, then I think they can have recurring themes. So I've decided that today's recurring theme was paper. This sounds really random, but with the day I've had, it kind of makes sense. Okay, so first of all, there was, I was just walking in the hallway, and this random person, I don't even know who, handed me a card with a smiley face on it that said, "Don't worry, be happy," on it. Don't know who it was, but they just handed me a smiley card, and that made me happy. Then later in that day, when I had social studies, I found out that it was actually part of an activity, and that they had made a surplus of them, and she was probably trying to get rid of it. I still like to think it was a lovely gesture. Okay, yeah. And after we were done with that project, it was the end of the day because I have social studies last. So my teacher was like, "Eric, you're on recycling duty." And I was like, "Awesome." And I took this gigantic cardboard-like box of paper products, just paper, and I noticed that most of it was blank, so I went through it, and I saw that almost all of it was blank, so I took out all the blank white paper, and then I put that on my teacher's desk, because he wanted it, because it was a lot of paper. And then, so I was walking down the hallway, and I kept finding more. So I ended up coming home with this much. One of my friends now has a stack of green construction paper because of that. I gave half of my plain white paper to my Latin teacher because she never has enough paper, and I saw her on the way out. So this is alright and good. And I got on the bus, and do you remember my video, Letter to That Girl, on my bus? I don't remember what it's called, but it's something like that. And, well, anyway, the same person, who I'm not going to name, because naming names when ranting on the internet is bad, I was talking about how I had saved the paper, and honest to God, she spoke up and said, "That's hobo crap," or something along those lines. And then, when I was like, "No, we should recycle and reuse paper because, like, environment," I said something much more eloquent than that, I'm sure. But anyway, and she was like, "Oh God, you're a hippie." And then I just cried, because we still have people that think that way. I thought about saying something along the lines of, "Go back to the 1940s, you hateful bitch." But then my dad pointed out later when I was telling this story to him that in the 1940s there was a war going on, and they did know how to save stuff and to reuse stuff. Because, like, my grandparents still sometimes tell the story of when they used to save their aluminum foil. Yeah. So, I was a little mad about that, but that's irrelevant. Some of the paper in the stack was folded, hamburger style. I don't landscape. So, I was like, hey, what can I do with that since it's already folded? And I ended up, making this tiny notebook out of it. It was really easy. I only stabbed myself once, and I didn't bleed. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. I used the inside of a waffle package, well, the outside, as a cover because I needed cardboard or hard paper, so I used that. So, I think it turned out okay. I'm gonna have to figure out something cool to do with this, and I think it turned out pretty well. And I still have this huge stack of new paper that I can use for whatever I want. So, if by some miracle someone actually watches this, aside from you, camera, leave a suggestion for what I can do with all this awesome paper in the comments. Yeah. So, that was the recurring theme of my day. Paper. Maybe tomorrow I'll have something more interesting as my recurring theme. Like editing my videos again, like I said I was gonna do now. But probably not.